Hey, good morning, Kristen. Good morning, Denise. Hello, hello. Hi, John. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Bob Guinan. How are you? How are you? Everybody's doing well. Good morning, all. These are, the mug is, what is on the mug? So the mugs are a sailing scene. Yeah, I really like these. I'm not sure where they came from. I got them at a fundraiser. I remember that, but I don't know who made them. But yeah, and they're big. They hold a lot of coffee. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, Amy. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Priscilla. Hello, everyone. Hello, all. Hello, welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. One or two more folks coming in. It is a beautiful sunny day. I hope it is where you all are. It is glorious that we might actually have some sunshine and enjoy that in these days. Probably the sunny and the cloudy have been more weighed on me more than normally ever has. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Irene. Excellent. Yeah, I know that. I've heard that from a number of people. The whole unemployment thing is just a labyrinth trying to navigate. Well, good luck with that. But I am glad you are well and healthy and whole, and that we will hold on to that for sure. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Michelle. Hello, hello. Morning, Fannie Faye Davis. Hello, all. It is the 29th day of April. And we are on this Wednesday. So I want to welcome each one of you here. I am glad you are with us. I'm glad you've been a part of this. Hey, good morning, Chris. Good morning, Shelby. That you've been a part of this journey and you're continuing on this journey. That we might make this way together in this world. Good morning, Cecile. On my lunch break, just made it. All right, man. That's awesome. Good morning, Vicky. That we might have this group gathered together. Good morning, good morning. Happy Hump Day. Good. So today I want to talk about choice, and I want to talk about choice in this particularly biblical way. Now this is from yesterday we talked about the crossing of the Jordan, and we talked about the fear and what comes into that in the crossing of the Jordan, and we talked about this negotiating over the fear. Good morning, Robin. Hello. And but before that, so this in Bible happens just before that. This is from Deuteronomy. Now, Deuteronomy is a book with basically it's a book of three big sermons and a thing and a little wrap up at the end. So that basically what's been happening is one of these that a lot of the Israelite timeline up until Deuteronomy kind of looks like a 80s montage, like dun, 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 big events happening here and there with like a musical overscore. But once you get to Deuteronomy, it slows down, and it's these three big teaching moments from Moses. And this is at the end of the last of the third sermon. Then it'll go on to just basically wrap up. Moses will offer a blessing to the people of Israel. They'll have his funeral, and then Joshua will head out in courage into the promised land. So we're right before what we talked about yesterday. So if you were here yesterday, great. If you weren't, doesn't matter. But I just want to set that up so you know that this is at the end of the three sermons. So this is the big punch. This is the thing that Moses wants the people of Israel to know more than anything else, is this, the offering of life and death. And so it comes from here. So I'll read this piece. This is it's the 30th chapter of Deuteronomy. Now, what I am commanding you today is not too difficult for you or beyond your reach. It is not up in heaven, so you have to ask for it. Who will ascend to heaven to get it and proclaim it for us to obey? Nor is it beyond the sea. Who will cross the sea and go get it and proclaim it to us, and as we may obey it? No, the word is very near you. It is in your mouth and it is in your heart, and you may obey it. See, I set before you life and prosperity, death and destruction. For I command you today to love the Lord your God, to walk in the obedience to him, to keep his commands, to decrees and laws, and then you will live and increase, and the Lord your God will bless you in the land you are entering to possess. But if your heart turns away and you are not obedient, if you are drawn away to bow down to other gods and worship them, I declare to you on this day that you will certainly be destroyed. You will not live long in that land that you are crossing the Jordan to enter and possess. This day I call the heavens and the earth as witnesses against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curse. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live, and that you may love the Lord your God. Listen to his voice, hold fast to him. For the Lord is your life, and he will give you many years in the land he swore to give to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I have placed before you life and death, blessing and curse. Choose life. This invitation, good morning, Donna, this invitation to choose life. Now, I read that whole thing because I wanted you to see how the setup to this goes. Moses is very clear. He's saying it's not in the heavens. You don't have to go scale the mountains or do deep inner work or all of this. You don't have to go out and you don't have to cross the sea on some great pilgrimage to create that. You don't have to go. You're choosing life and death is as close as your lips and your heart and the people around you and the people who love you and the people that you are encountering day in and day out, and even the encounter with yourself. That in every moment we are held in this place, we are held in this tension where we can enter in and we can choose this relationship. The great Goethe, which I think he just was one of the great minds of the last century. He was so far ahead of so many people, and he wrote this, which I think is which was part of a little piece of advice book kind of what he was writing. And he says, we human beings complain that there are so few good days and so many bad ones. But I think we are generally wrong. if our hearts were always open to enjoy the good, which God gives us every day, then we should also have enough strength to hear the evil whenever it comes. You see this, friends, that we're placed in this equilibrium place. We're placed in this tension between the goodness and the evil. And what it looks like right now, like the in the old as it was explained to me by an old fisherman once, he says, some days you eat the bear, some days the bear eats you. And it certainly looks around like, if we look at our world, that the bear is feasting these days. Like, we got a big fat bear that is out there getting a chomp out of all manner of things and all manner of people, from fear to disease to worry to all the stresses and anxieties of work or not work, all of these things. Yeah, and we're even losing track of our time and our days. If that's not a bite of the bear, I don't know what is. But that we might come back to this place of understanding right here and right now, in this moment, in this place, not somewhere out there that you have to go looking for it, not somewhere in here that you have to go looking for it, but right here and right now in the choices that you're making, in the life that you're living. We're constantly making choices that will invite in the very best heavenly self that we're invited to be, or we might invite in the parts that would cut us off, that would hurt others, that would hurt ourselves, that would damage the things around us. And friends, this is the great lie of this era right now. And what this all taps into is the great lie of this era, that you are somehow powerless in all of these times. That somehow you have no agency to deal with these great sweeping pandemic things that are hovering over our head, to whether or not the governor lets us go back to work, whether or not this happens or that happens, how much is in our checkbook or not in our checkbook. That way we have all of these incredible things we feel like we are powerless against. And yet I would submit to you the power of whether you come home, you love your kids well in any particular moment, that you open yourself to the beauty of the joy of this day, the beauty of the joy of the world around you, to the difficulty, and to honor the difficulty, don't be afraid of it. That's what Goethe was trying to tell us. This is that if we can open our hearts in joy, then when the evil comes, should we not be able to endure it? We absolutely can. We absolutely can. And so God has placed before us this day life and death. Not in a big airy fairy, like someday by and by you'll go to heaven, like not that. But right here and right now. Right here and right now. The people you're sitting there eating a sandwich with, the people that you're surrounded with, the people you're encountering. And that doesn't mean you have to be all like holding hands and swapping spit and all that kind of stuff. That's not what that's about. This is about our ability to offer in and open ourselves to the better natures, to the better parts of ourselves, the better parts of what God is trying to offer us in these moments. Because it comes back to that line out of the Gospel of John that links right back to this, where Jesus says, "Greater love has no one than to lay down his life for his friends." Well, he's not talking about self-sacrifice. He's talking about just offer your day right now. Like you're laying down your life. You're laying down your life for something. Maybe it's boredom, maybe it's paycheck, maybe it's Netflix, maybe it's you're laying down the moments of your days. You're laying them down right now. Will you lay down your life for the people around you? And because there's great joy in it, not because it's this horrible self-sacrificing thing. And that in it, I have learned from my Father that has made you. You did not choose me, but I chose you. See, that's the whole thing in this. The whole invitation is from our most ridiculous, most basic, most messed up choosings that we make. In that process, God is also choosing us. That's the beauty of this, is that you're being chosen at the same time that we are doing our own choosing. And so it's not all up to us to get right or get wrong. We are being brought and invited and chosen and loved through this entire process. and that insofar as we can open up, and understand that this thing is a lot more like a roller coaster, and we are a lot more secure than we think, than we are just placed onto a contraption that's going to fling us out into space. But rather, the Lord offers us a bar to hold on to, and that the ups and downs of this life, we may choose the great adventure. We may choose the great joy. We may choose life. So, in that end, the Jewish tradition has within it a toast, which is, so I want to offer you 11 in the morning. I want to offer you a toast, and the toast is l'chaim, to life. It is this way of constantly, whenever they raise a glass, they constantly remember this commandment before them. They constantly remember that what is at stake in every second and every moment and every part and every being of this day. Like that because great things are at stake, friends. Great things. That in it you are powerful beyond measure to create joy for your family, to create joy for the people around you, to create joy for the world, to create joy for yourself. All of this is a great and glorious gift from the one who made you. And so we raise our glass and say, l'chaim, to life. So it is my hope that on this day you will recognize that you are not powerless, that you have the choice to choose heaven and choose life right where you're at. All right, friends, that is my thought for today. It is so glad. I hope you are enjoying some of the beauty of this day. We will continue this again tomorrow, and we'll continue our journey together. I am so thankful for every one of you that are here today. I am so thankful for you that are on this journey with us. You inspire me. We are truly in this together, and though we may be apart and we may not be together, we are still the church gathered and the church together in this world. All right, friends. Peace and grace and l'chaim, to life.